All right, folks. So I went past this little setup here. Now, Klein, I believe, left Home Depot and are going to only be a Lowe's brand too. I tell you, they got all these brands that are exclusive to Lowe's, and they still suck. You know what I'm saying? They still suck. And this, if you buy this, you're on absolute crack cocaine. Okay? Now, if you're not familiar with Klein, when it comes to basically anything that's not hand tools, a lot of the time all they do is put their little sticker on it. It's not made by them at all. It's outsourced. They just, put the nice fancy logos on. And there is a deal on this, but this, you get 3 pieces for this is the deal. It's $3.19. All right, now I don't know if that makes sense, because if you kind of look at it, I don't really think this comes to that much. So you get 64, 74, and look at this. Now this ain't the deep medium box. They might be out of the deep medium box, but this is, and it's $64. It's usually $79, so it's kind of on par with the other brands price wise. I don't, and it's called the Mod Box. Now, I don't know how big this system is. It's fairly new. Yeah, here is the small box. I think this is as much I can. Small box. I can't really zoom out any much. And then there is, and the price wise, it's pretty good because it is pretty cheap. And obviously, you can put, each brand now, and that's what Milwaukee that's why I think Milwaukee kind of has to come out with like a Gen 2, because a lot of these are coming with like these extra features on them. Now again, I think they have like attachments that you can do with Milwaukee already, but I think they kind of want to build it right in, so you don't have to have like extra accessories to buy, because it gets more of a selling point. I don't know, but yeah, you can kind of do that with these. You got your wide. Now these are kind of geared towards the electrician. So, in that case, and I don't want to, I was kind of harsh. They do have a cooler too. And they have a pretty big system. Now, it's not really in this store, but I guess you can order them online. I mean, they got some low profile toolbox, a cooler, obviously a lot of bags. But now, if you're a electrician and you're like a home electrician, you do houses, unless you're like doing these big, do you really need a tough mobile system? You kind of probably want one that's, obviously the lightest. What really would probably make the most sense to you, the biggest selling point, is price and how easy it is attaching to one another. So I like this though. All right, now obviously this is the rolling. Oh no, this is that. Wow, this is. Yeah, I mean, look, this is. That's what I'm. There's so many. You gotta have. I don't know. I don't like that. I mean, is it a big deal? It's just like, my point was, and I do like the attaching system, because it's easy. I mean, it's almost just like Milwaukee's to a degree, right? But build-wise, it just looks, material-wise, it just seems not as well built. And if you have this hooked up, let me see. Yeah, this will probably open now. And you do kind of have I thought it kind of. Obviously, you have some stuff in here. Obviously, if I read this, and this is the medium box or the large box. So. Tell me the features, man. You got 10-inch. What is that? It's 10-inch. Oh, that's not on this box, though. Yeah, you have a metal plate for headlamp mounting to illuminate the box's interior. So that's a pretty cool feature. But again, now you got to buy a Klein light. I don't know. Price-wise, it is. These look really chintzy and cheap. But, is this better than the Cobalt? Yes, and they're pretty much like the same price, really. This is $74. The Cobalt, I believe, was $69. All right. but at normal price, that's what I kind of was getting at, because this is usually $149. All right, the rolling box. So we'll take a look. But you know, the small, $64 for this box. Again, these boxes seem like they're a little bit smaller than other brands. Oh, they got a thing on this. I tell you, I hate this store. Absolutely hate it. I was lucky I could play with this one because these are all hooked up. But you know, I might have came off like crazy. Now again, would I buy the Milwaukee over this? Absolutely. Would I buy DeWalt? Yes. Would I buy Makita? Oh, we'll have to see, because I think they're coming out with a new system. But you know, the Flex stuff, yeah, definitely the Tough Belt. But there is some stuff that you might like about this. You know, it is thinner plastic, so it is. This is a light box compared to the other brands. But again, you don't have as much room. So I mean, obviously you're giving and taking. You know, it's made of thick enough material. That's why I like the Tough Belt, because it's, you know, it's still strong, it's still good. No, it's not as, you know, heavy duty, we'll say, than the other brands out there. I got one hand, I'm sorry. I mean, again, this is super light. There's nothing that comes easier. And look how like, you know, if you watched the Flex video, you know how hard it was. Look at how easy this is. It's kind of just like the Milwaukee. Now I don't know why, because sometimes they have things here. Now this is going to be a lot heavier, but this is not where there it is. But this is my first time using it, so I don't want to. But I mean, look how easy this is compared to. Again, this is not that great. See, this should be easier. Oh, sorry, I just had the camera. See, it's attached. Oh, you know why? Maybe because this isn't locked. See, there's always something, you know, especially, you know, you're in the store. I'm not really. I got this green thing alarm that might go off. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to open that other one. Oh yeah, I think I will be able to. I can't lock this one, so it won't let me. See, because this has to go into here, but this is there. So I don't know if that is the reason why, but this should be super easy. Like, again, trying to with one hand, easy, no problem. Again, you're gonna have tools in here, so you're probably not. But you ain't gonna have that heavy a tool. But no, on a normal thing, this would probably just lock right in. I think because this is not down. See, it's not. That might be why this is not going isn't as easy. But you know, almost just like the Milwaukee. To be honest with you, I mean, that seems awful. I don't know if their patent is, but this is really, really cool. But I just wish I can get it into. I'm trying to slam it, but I think this not locking is why it's not going in there. I think I had it before. Obviously, this one is super easy. Let me see if I can. No, that would be the same. Yeah, this is locked. Alright, so I'll show you on this one. See, this one's locked, which is good. Alright, so let me see. I'm going to have to put it on this one. So I'll put it on the floor. Okay, let's. I'm sorry, folks. Look at this. I can't even push this back because of this freaking green alarm. You know, this is going to probably get in the fucking way. I'll tell you, I can't win. All right, so if that lid was closed, yeah, I mean, look how easy it is. And then to come off. I mean, it seems. Uh-oh. I don't know. That seems real chintzy. I mean, it should lock in. I don't know. I mean, again, see how this isn't locked down? So I think that might be it, but this should. It's any kind of like a. I mean, this thing is a pain in the neck, and that's the cooler right there. Oh, that is locked in. I mean, it's locked in. But now look, for me to try to open this, it's a pain in the neck. If you're gonna put two of these on each other, you really can't even get this box off without like really being, man, I mean, this is a weird. So you got to lift up on this, but it's really hard. you got to have two hands. So basically, like some of these other ones, with having two hands, with having one hand, it's easy. But that's only with two small boxes. You're gonna probably have this issue. But I mean, it's smooth? Obviously, it's Milwaukee's, or obviously that Tough Built system. No, but in a perfect working, I mean, that's pretty good. But see how easy it is to come off. It's locked. I don't know. Again, you're gonna have tools in here to make it heavier, which I think would help this. But I mean, now to get this off, you need two hands. Now, that wasn't really even on there that great. I don't know. It's a really good system, but it looks like it was, you know, with these plastic latches. It looks like it's on there now. I don't know. I mean, if you have these, hey, look at that. It wasn't really on. See, you kind of know. I don't know what the issue is. I don't think I'm doing it wrong. I mean, you should just slide right on. But for some reason, it's not. So like I said before in this video, you got to have rocks in your head now. Listen. It's got this freaking alarm on it. But, I mean, price-wise, they're pretty good, especially now. Now, I don't know. This doesn't make no sense to me. And if you were ever to spend $320 on this, you got to go to get some help. All right, you got to get help. But, you know, they're a little bit smaller than the other brands. I really want to see this rolling box, actually. It is. I mean, I don't like the handle. Like I said, I knew this was going to kind of be like this, only because I know they don't make their own stuff. Everything is kind of outsourced. Now, obviously, Klein make great hand tools and, you know, pliers and screwdrivers, but they really kind of chinsed out. Look at that. I mean, this is no good. And again, you might have this and like it, and it's fine, guys. You know, if it works for you, I'm just, look at that. It's just kind of like chintzy. I don't know. I mean, it's not like it's a huge deal breaker. All right. Yeah, I mean, it should be sliding right on, but it's a little tough. So I mean, that's not a good sign. Now, I like this. You can put your pliers in here. I mean, again, this is geared for the electrician. I think they kind of killed it. I'm definitely the biggest wheels on the market. I mean, unbelievable. Do you really even need them this big? Probably not. Especially if you're, you know, but it doesn't hurt, right? You got a nice handle here. Yeah, this is so like nice and smooth. Again, if you were just to buy this, I think you'd really like this box. Yeah, now I mean, look at that. It just flipped over. That's the problem with having wheels like that. I mean, look at this. I just lifted the top up and it wants to tip over. I don't know if I guys, and you can't really. Wow, what a bad job. Look at this. This won't stay up. Now with this up. Now let me see if I bring this down. I don't think that's going to make a difference. No. I mean, this is crazy. So if you have this, you got to put something here to keep this standing up. You know, now you got to stick something in here, unless you want to take this off every time you want to, you know, leave your box open. You know, bad. They really missed the mark with this. Like I said, this is my first time. This is probably one of the worst out there. Now, the boxes are cool. And if you're just going to buy this, now obviously I didn't know that they couldn't close the top, but for the price and for the locking system, that if it worked easily, I mean, this would be really a pretty good deal. But I had a feeling that, it wasn't going to be the best thing here. Only because I've had some their other stuff that was kind of outsourced by another company. And it was not great. But, you have a rolling box with awesome tires, wheels. Awesome wheels where it's really smooth, but you can't open the top of it. It won't stay open. I mean, what the freak? How did this get to the next stage? Oh, you just got to I don't want to take the handle off every freaking time. I want to leave my box open. I don't know. And again, it's not the easiest. It's a great system, but it doesn't. That one locked in better. And again, I can't lock, so this might be easier. So I don't want to give the locking system too, much of a hard time. It actually is a very easy, nice system. It's pretty much Milwaukee system to a degree. All right, so it's a great system. But again, to have the rolling box with the lid not being able to stay open without probably taking the handle off, that I don't know how it got through that phase of development. As soon as somebody went to do that, how come this isn't staying up? And you have to fix that. I don't know, whatever company's making these. Does it tell you who makes these? Made in China. I don't know. Maybe they are making these, but I don't think so. I could be wrong, but anyway, I think price-wise, it's great, and it's only great because it's on sale. Obviously, I think if you add these up normal price, well, to be honest with you, I bet you this was $149. Now it's $129. I bet you these are even more than that. So maybe it is $3.99. Maybe these are this is their second discount. So maybe this is usually $89, and now with $79. Now it's, I have to look it up because obviously $319 for 3 pieces. That's definitely the worst system on the. I'd get the Cobalt system before I would spend $319 on this. Now again, is it better than the Cobalt system? Yeah, right, but probably not much more than that, to be honest with you, because there's some serious faults. Though the rolling box has those nice 11-inch wheels. You can't leave the lid open. And that's a deal breaker. And the handles are kind of really chintzy. Like half of it will stay down, half of it will stay up. Does it really matter because you're carrying it? No. I'm just picking out small things here. But maybe the small things become big things for you. I don't know. You don't even hear a snap. That's why you don't know. This doesn't feel like it really caught. Maybe it is on, but there's no snap or nothing. You're kind of just hoping it's on. But, good points for these side things where you can put some stuff. But, it's not really not built thickness-wise like DeWalt and Milwaukee and Flex. But that's really not a deal breaker. I just mentioned that, for people who are into that. Maybe they want the most heavy duty, but it really doesn't make a difference. And actually, you would want a little bit thinner. Only because it'll be lighter. These boxes are heavy as heck, especially if you have a drawered box, and they usually are tending to be a little bit thinner. I don't think they have a drawered box. They have a few stuff here. I don't know. I would really think twice about getting into this system. Now, obviously, there's big discounts right now. Because $129, you're going to be, you don't get anything off, but $129 plus $74, still going to cost you $275. All right, so it's the most expensive still when you add it because you're getting no money off now. But so there's really just there's no reason to buy this. All right, you don't have it's just you don't have drawer boxes, right? Not that it's a big deal, you might get them, but price-wise, it's the most expensive. You know, again, you have nothing really in it, or if you have light, just a couple things in it. Maybe you're moving stuff in and out of it. You're using the things that tends to tip over because the wheels are so big. You know, this is a thing of just trying to have something that other boxes don't have. So, hey, let's make it have the biggest wheels. We'll be the cool guys, right? You really don't need that on a rolling box. But just a lot of bad things about this. The locking system is suspect. You don't really hear a snap. You know, most expensive, like I said, you know, the top on the rolling box doesn't stay up. So I would not get this over really any other brand, including Cobalt, only because it's the most expensive. You know, you're spending $270, right, for 3 boxes, where you can get the Milwaukee for $219, $50 cheaper. You get the Flex for $50 cheaper. Obviously, the Ryobi's cheaper, and the Tough Built here is cheaper. So there's, you know, just to have a Klein sticker on it, you gotta really be smart about it. All right, folks, that's my opinion. The bags are great. They make great backpacks. Again, I don't know they might make these. They probably do. I don't know about their backpacks, but that's something that they've been in for a long time. You know, kind of some of this new stuff I'm talking about. My initial thing was they had like a power station that came out, if you remember. And it was just like some other, like there was like 3 different brands that had the same exact one. So it was basically just, you know, an orange one with a Klein sticker on it. But it was such a piece of garbage. So anyway, I don't know what's going on there. So, that's about it, folks. All right, they have a cooler in store, and your store might have, you know, the organizers and stuff. But yeah. So we went over, and here's some accessories. Here's the mod box for your screwdrivers, and this stuff is cool. I mean, this would be a great system. So I don't want, you know, if you're like this or you're a Klein fan, I don't want you to. Yeah, here's a nice little cup holder, and it's really probably simple to just hook on here. You know, obviously it's just a couple things they got to really, you know, make that snap in really nice. And I have to explain myself more than with the other brands because like Klein has like a cult following, so I don't want, you know, people to think I'm bashing, you know. But yeah, I got to be honest here. This is a lot of negatives. Again, price. You know, with actually attaching it, you know, these are kind of cheap. I mean, for the money you're spending, these kind of locks compared to some other brands. This has the thinnest plastic, but that's not really a bad thing, so I don't want to really keep harping on that. But again, the rolling box, the tips over because of the big wheels. If there's little or nothing in it, so it's kind of a pain in the neck. So if you kind of just like drop something in there that's kind of heavy, and that you kind of lean it that way, the whole thing might even like tip over on you. Obviously, you can't keep the top lid up on it. That's like without taking the whole handle off, unless this is something's busted here. I mean, if you have it, you know, you can explain in the comments. And they have the nice attachments, and they seem pretty well priced. But you know, you add this all up, guys. You know, you're spending $319 when it's not the holidays. You're going to spend like $500, right? Or at least $400 when you add, you know, 30 for this, 20 for that, 15 for that, right? And if you want to get a bag, but these prices are pretty cheap right now. But again, it's hard to recommend this. That's all I'll say. If you like it, like I say, guys, if you have this and it works for you, that's all. What I say don't mean crap, right? This is just my opinion here. So it's hard for me to recommend this over some of the other brands. And I don't want people to kind of buy it only because it says Klein on it. And it's kind of a good deal right now. Because I think you'll be disappointed. Now, again, for the electrician, this might make definitely makes a lot more sense. That's where it's geared towards. But I don't know. I think you might be able to get away with getting another brand out there. And enjoy it more, but it's up to you. All right, peace.